Hi and welcome to this week's Fried AI with me, Billy McLaughlin, where I cut to the fuss and get to the facts on the big bad world of AI and what it means for us as accountants, bookkeepers and finance professionals. I know what you might be thinking. I haven't been held hostage. I'm currently staying in an apartment that clearly doesn't want to put lights anywhere. So if I do accidentally blink 3 times, I'm not in danger, don't worry. This week, obviously in the UK, every single headline was dominated by the budget. And it was great to see that in Rachel Reeves' speech that AI was not left out. The government, although they did commit to spending billions earlier on in the year, I think I did a video at the end of January on this, they've now announced a third AI growth zone that's going to be in North Wales and is expected to create around 3,500 jobs, which is super interesting because I imagine that's going to be across all different industries. And also a fourth zone down in South Wales as well. So really hoping that this puts the UK on the AI map. Starting out in the world of OpenAI, and ChatGPT's Voice Mode has had a new feature release. This means that you no longer have to switch screens to talk to the model. You'll be able to see previous messages, responses, images, all within the same interface. So the idea is that you don't have to switch, and it just makes it nice and easy for the user. This is a really great upgrade in my opinion. I do find the voice version of ChatGPT very, very long-winded and the responses just seem to take forever. So it's great to see that this is now coming in. Don't forget you can tell it to give you more succinct answers. But this hands-free conversation that we're going to be able to have with it, I see this has been a way of like hashing out with a colleague as you would previously. You could be sat preparing some financial statements and physically speaking to the AI model at the same time. Also bear in mind that your clients are going to have access to this, and it might not be long before they start asking if they can do the same with their bookkeeping. So can they instruct it using voice? Just something to bear in mind for the years to come. Staying on the same theme, ChatGPT have also now released the group chat function to everybody. So I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. This is now available so that you can have up to 20 people in the same conversation thread. This is also available on their free, Go, Pro and Plus plans, which is great to see. So everyone should have access to this. And it just means that everyone can kind of collaborate much easier. So the feature includes invited members, shareable links, profile names and photos, and then you can control who you mute, who you add in, who you remove, etc., etc. What I find really interesting is that you can then tag ChatGPT into the conversation. So when you want the input of AI, you tag it just like you would a colleague. Now, I really like this. Depending on how forward thinking you are as a practice, you could have this in your department. So you might have your tax team that have got a conversation. Specifically, I can see this being used around strategy because of that ideation piece where ChatGPT can help you with the ideas on how to improve certain departments. But perhaps you've got some clients that are really forward thinking that want to have a group conversation with you, the bookkeeper, the accountant, and also maybe the finance professional within their team as well. This could even be maybe like a new service model. So maybe creating a conversation with AI and you're giving clients access to that group facilitated discussion that is facilitated by AI. It is worth saying as well that the memory is kept separate between the group chats. So it's nice to see that OpenAI have got data governance sorted, but obviously, as always, be just as mindful as you would when you're using any other large language model. So I want to set you a little bit of a challenge this week. Is it something that you could adopt? Just have a little think within your practice and set aside 30 minutes to have a discussion with a certain department and say, would you benefit from this? How could we use it? Let's give it a whirl. And staying in the world of large language models, Claude's new Opus 4.5 brings some fantastic integrations with Excel and Chrome. So 4.5 actually promises 20% improved accuracy, and they test really, really well against like kind of benchmarking, and their coding is supposed to be brilliant as well. If we bring it back down to our industry and we look at kind of the Excel side of things, it's going to be able to create pivot tables, charts, it can analyze data really well. It will essentially be in a sidebar preview, as is Copilot, for example, And also its integration with Chrome means that it's going to help with things like filling in forms. I'm also hoping that it can kind of pull data from different sources. So I'm going to be having a little play around with this, because let's face it, as accountants, if we're not in Excel, we're probably using Chrome as a browser to do the financial work we do. So it's really great that Opus is kind of capturing every aspect of where we would generally work. Again, maybe set yourself a little challenge. If you've got any Excel tasks that are reoccurring, maybe you've got that messy client spreadsheet that you have to sort every single month, why not just set aside 30 minutes to see if Claude could assist you with that? Now, over on the AI Academy, which launches next week, which I'm super excited about, we will be doing a demo of this. So in my session on the 8th of December, I'm going to be looking at Claude and how it can impact Excel so that you've got a real use case in front of your eyes and you can take it away to implement in your practice if you want to. And now my favourite segment of Friday AI, which is the vendor news. And we've got some really big news from MIMO, which stands for Money In, Money Out, who have launched MIMO Associate. So this is essentially an AI colleague that will sit alongside you. It's not set to replace you. They are very, very keen on getting that messaging out there. It's to sit alongside you and assist you with the work that you're doing. So the great thing here is that they're actually building this set of agents that are all in sync. So it's not just one agent that will do this. It's several AI agents that are all in sync that can chase missing documentation from clients, code and reconcile transactions, flag variants and outliers, and also suggest adjustments and reviews that are needed by the humans that are doing the work. As I said, this is going to be early next year, early Q1 for release, but it is something that is really groundbreaking in my opinion. The reason why I use the term groundbreaking is because it feels like it's the next step. A lot of people haven't even done the first step yet, but the next step is we don't just have one piece of technology. We've essentially got an agent layer that can just orchestrate and pull data in and do this and do that in several different directions rather than just one automation that's very, very linear. And as I was saying earlier about maybe adding in a service line, why not suggest to your client, hey, we can put in this new agent that will free up your time, it will reduce your admin, it will essentially save you money and help your finance team. If you don't offer that to your clients, obviously you could also do it in-house too for your finance team. But I did say this last month, I think I was talking about Scribe or something. Please make sure that your month-end processes are already in a good place before you then start inviting agents in to do the work. Don't let it kind of run with a bad process. By that, what I mean is you'll just end up automating chaos. So kind of get your ducks in a row before you let them swim. Did I just make up a saying? I think I just made up a saying. Get your ducks in a row before you let them swim. Anyway, great work, MIMO, on trailblazing on this. And finally, we'll be ending on the news of Xero and JAX. It feels like we've been talking about JAX for a very, very long time, but JAX is now going to be able to do automatic bank reconciliations using artificial intelligence. One thing I really like about the way they're introducing this is that it's not automatically applied. So this will be set as off by default. You have to go in and switch this on. You can also switch on per bank account. So maybe you've got clients that have got messier accounts than others. You might just choose to kind of dip your toe in the water and do it on the easier ones first. So you have to choose to turn it on, and you can do it bank account by bank account. And JAX is going to do the most simple transactions first and will only match ones that it is highly confident with. This will really help build the confidence and trust, I think, that we're going to have in JAX as a model within Xero. This is only launching in beta for now and is for Xero Grow and above packages. And that's because Xero have identified them as the clients and the businesses that have got higher transaction volumes and therefore will need the assistance with automatic reconciliation. Understandably. For that reason, please don't go running to all your clients or do a big mail merge across your entire practice to tell everybody that they have access, because unfortunately they won't just yet. This does feel like a really big step to automating a massive, massive chunk of work that we do in our profession. But as I always like to kind of caveat with a little bit of safety and kind of give you that warning, please do make sure that you're not going to just go and test this on your hardest client, because that's not how these things work. They are designed to automate and make things easier, yes, but trial it with that client that you know is easy, it's nice, there's not a lot of transactions, or it's very, very simple, and build up from there. Please don't go running before you can even walk, because you will cause a lot of headaches for yourself. However, my third task from Friday AI this week, who am I to be giving you all tasks? My third task this week is again to maybe come across that client, find that one bank account that you think could benefit from this, give it a go, and then let me know what you think. I'd be really interested to hear how it goes for you or one of your team members. And that is everything from me this Friday AI. For those of you who are in the AI practice community, I will see you on Monday when doors officially open, ready for Dan's training. And for everyone else, I'll see you next Friday AI. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon.